I didn't want to go vegan. I had to. It has been a crazy couple of days. I don't know what happened, but all I did was I wanted to try a vegan day. Just one day, no meat, see what happens. I made a Brazil nut yogurt. I don't know why I chose Brazil nuts. They're way too high in selenium. You eat more than one, you're likely to die. I make this thing, I eat it, no problem. Okay. Next day, I'm like, I still have this Brazil nut yogurt, so I'm gonna add broccoli to it this time instead of just spooning it into my gullet sack. I do that, not bad. Next day, I get sick. Listen to this. Usually I get sick maybe once every other year. Sometimes you hear people on YouTube, like John Rose, he hasn't been sick in 30 years. And you're like, wow, that's the key. That's the key right there. Whereas I'm hearing carnivore dieters, Anthony McChafee, don't quote me on that name. He said, oh, I've hardly got sick in the last 10 years. You know what that means? He's been sick many times in 10 years. That's all I heard. So I don't know. The secret seems to be only raw vegans never get sick, but some of them get really sick often and they die quickly. So anyways, I get sick. I just got sick 6 months ago in the winter. I was like, no, it's too soon. But what happened, here's my theories. I have 2 theories, maybe 3, as to why I got sick. It's so weird that I remove meat and then 3 days later, I'm sick. Now, my initial theory is that removing the meat for a couple days, my body was like, okay, he's really doing this. All right, let's get rid of all this crap he's been storing up with the meat, the mucus. Let's go. Full steam ahead, vegan. Yeah, we're back. That's one theory. Or some of you carnies are probably thinking, oh, 2 days, he's so deficient now in all the nutrients. There's no nutrients in fruits or vegetables. He's dying. All it took was 2 days. Wow, it's getting worse out there. I doubt it. Highly doubt it. Third theory. Brazil nut selenium toxicity or Brazil nut selenium super detox mode engaged. So what do you think happened in my freak body? Post it down below. All that I'm really feeling is that sore throat in the upper soft palate region. It's the worst symptom ever. Every time you swallow, it hurts. So all last night, I felt that every time I swallowed. I'm like, and it's so much worse as a meat eater. I've noticed that. I've had many colds in my life. And the first thing I noticed when going fruit-based, 15 years ago, was that when I got sick, it was so much less irritated. That soft palate and everything was quicker and more mild. I was like, wow, this really is healing. Now that I've been doing fruit and meat, even though I'm juicing every day, like 3 liters, at least 4 liters sometimes of juice, flushing, fruit-based, but meat, big meat meal at night, I feel the meat sickness. Oh, it's disgusting. I remember that carnivore cold I got. It was the worst. My throat was so sore again, possibly worse than had ever happened in my life. I was like, meat, you piece of shit. There's the acids, they burn you. They're harsh acids in that meat. So now, obviously, I'm thinking, can I really go back to eating a large amount of meat, like every night, or even every other night? Should I have it at all? Or go vegan? Like, I'm already feeling not the best in the gut sack, the bloating of these grapes, the fiber, it hurts. Sometimes it's like fine, but then other times it's like, yeah, it's in there. I can feel it. That sucks. And the only way to relieve myself of that is to go full carnivore, but then that brings diseases. Something about animal protein is just bad news. Aren't you seeing it? Don't you agree? Just agree down below. I was watching some interview, Lily Kane, I think. It was like, why you should be on super high protein. I was like, oh God, here we go. So I just watched it for the heck of it, and weird question and weird response.
In the same way that when we go to the gym and we build muscle, and like our bicep gets bigger. He was saying that similarly, when you eat a lot of protein, maybe the kidney becomes a little bit more inflamed, but in the sense that it's building like more of its muscle.
Hmm. Um,
No, just no. Who said that? Ted Naiman? That's his theory? Oh, yeah, when you eat high protein, the kidneys get like super big and strong. Like they look inflamed on paper. You study them, it's like, oh, the inflammation. But no, you're actually like super, really building up those kidneys for those workouts. How do you work out a kidney? I'm doing it now. These carnivore theories just fall apart under light scrutiny. Everything they say is just like, I don't think so. I don't know, man. I did a little vegan versus carnivore search the other day in Google. It brought up maybe 12 articles. 80% of them were pro meat based. That tells you Google wants you dead by meat. Well, I'm not gonna fall for it. All I know is I'm super lost again, and I just read the Essene Gospel of Peace, and they're all like, be vegan, no flesh ever, flesh feeds Satan. Only milk is allowed. I'm allergic to milk, so I can't have that. That seemed to be a key for them, by the way, you vegans, bunch of vegan losers. How many vegans have I heard quote that book saying we should be vegan? Look, it's plant-based. It was all milk of the beast is in there. Like that seemed to be a key point. And I can't go down that path ever again. So I need an alternative to that. There is none. There's only flesh. Flesh feeds Satan. What do I do? Should I be vegan? Fiber hurts me. I'm gonna go buy bread. That's gonna puncture a hole in my lung. I've been vegan like 4 days now. It's not bad. It's just, it's annoying. I'm running out of fruit constantly. It's always on my mind. Like, oh, I better go shop and get a lot of fruit and bring it back. And the ripening, I hate that life where you have to gather so much fruit and wait for it to be ripe. It has to be perfect, and you have a window to eat it all, and you throw some out, and it's so expensive. But I've been asking God for some signs. Point me towards the truth, please. And I feel like this was it. Of course, it had to be through intense suffering. That seems to be the way, God's way. Here you go. You want the truth? Here, just suffer hard in this way and then go the other way instead. Fun, thanks. So I got a super bad cold from the meat. It's a good theory. It's solid. Don't even. This is my problem though. I come up with all these theories. So like right now I'm thinking eating too much meat over the past 3 months has clogged my body. It does cause mucus. I can feel it every night. And so like that has built up, and then once I removed it, boom, it's detox time. I got sick. We're spewing mucus. It's a solid theory. But like what if I'm wrong? So like meat, I remove it now, but like that was the only thing keeping me alive. And it was really like the grapes or the watermelon juice or something, nitric acid widening my valves too big or something. I don't know. But this happens a lot. I come up with a theory and then I run with it, and I could be completely wrong and avoid the only thing that was helping me. That's a problem. It's a problem. So let me know which path to take after you thumb up the video, of course. I'm just sharing what happened. There's no reason to thumb it down. YouTube doesn't even log the votes anymore. So it's a futile pastime for you, and I wouldn't bother. Doesn't even count. But if you do choose to do it, know that it's because you're making a broccoli sandwich tonight, as I will be. But will you be placing avocado on the lower shelf piece or mayonnaise? Oh, I am thinking of making a broccoli sandwich, by the way. It could be good. Sourdough rye bread, a layer of broccoli, avocado smeared on both pieces, fruit all day till broccoli sandwich. Why wouldn't it work? There's 3 grams of protein per slice. I'm going home. Goodbye.